Ladies, they told you to work hard and wait for a seat at the table. I need you to hear me say this very clearly. That was the most expensive advice you were ever given. Because a seat at someone else's table is something you can always be asked to give back. And the women who build something that lasts, they figured out the one thing nobody bothered to teach us. You were never meant to wait for a seat. You were meant to build the table. I hope that landed somewhere real. Good. Because I need you to sit with me a minute. I want to show you how. Welcome back to Become Her, a Hot Rich Girl Summer. All summer long, we're doing the work of becoming the woman we were always meant to be. Richer in self, in peace, in confidence, in beauty, in business, richer in discernment, richer in the kind of life that actually feels good for us to live. And every week this summer, we're focusing on one thing that gets us closer to her. Today, we're talking about business building. Because no woman becomes her highest self while waiting for permission to begin. No woman becomes her by building everyone else's dream before her own. And no woman becomes her standing on ground she doesn't own. So let's talk about how you build a life and an income that's actually yours. Here's how it happens. Nobody hands you the lie all at once. You absorb it in pieces. You work hard and you'll be recognized. Be the dependable one and you'll be rewarded. Make yourself useful, agreeable, easy, and they'll take care of you. So you did. You became the glue, the one who holds everything together. And then one Tuesday morning, they restructure the whole thing, and the glue does not get a place in the new building. The glue gets a severance packet and a coffee mug. Let me tell you what no one names. You did not fail. You built something beautiful on ground that was never yours to keep. And I'm not telling you this to frighten you. I am done with fear. It's a terrible builder. I'm telling you because the woman watching me right now doesn't need permission to be ambitious. She just needs the blueprint nobody ever handed her. So let me give you the language. Once you have it, you can't unsee it. Everything you build sits on one of two things: ground you rent or ground you own. Rented ground is any platform, any income, any title, any influence that you did not build, and therefore you can't fully keep. You can be thriving on it. You can build your whole name there, but it belongs to someone else. And someone else sets the terms. Let me make it real. Tell me if you recognize her. The woman who gave 20 years to a company and got restructured at 49. Rented. The woman who built 100,000 followers on an app and woke up to an algorithm change that quietly erased all of her reach. Rented. The woman whose income was really her husband's income until the marriage changed or dissolved, and so did the money. Rented. The woman who was everybody's go-to and watched the promotion go to the man she trained. Rented. I'm not naming these to make you afraid, and I'm not asking you to be bitter about any of it. I'm naming them so you can stop calling it bad luck. It was never bad luck. It was the nature of building on ground you do not own. So here's the question. You know, I always got a question that changes everything. And I want you to actually answer it, not just nod. Where are you building right now? Is it yours or is it rented? And hear me, rented ground isn't the failure. Look, every woman starts on somebody's rented ground. The only mistake is staying there forever and never laying down something of your own underneath you. Pause for 1 second and answer me. Comment below, one word. Where's your rented ground? Is it a job, a platform, one client who is most of your income, a title, a relationship? Name it, because you cannot build your way out of something you won't even say out loud. And if this is landing somewhere real for you, please subscribe. Not because I need the number, because this is the conversation I'm having every week. And the woman who's done shrinking belongs in this room. This is where the evolution of the grown woman begins. Because now I'm handing you the actual blueprint. A table needs 4 legs or it tips over. So does a life that is truly your own. Here are the 4. Not the theory. Write them down. Leg 1. A direct line to your people. Not a following, a list. An email list. A newsletter. A way to reach the women who said yes. You can speak to me directly without a platform deciding whether you exist today. Social media is rented ground. Your list is yours. Ask yourself honestly, if every app disappeared tomorrow, could you still reach your people? If the answer is no, that's leg 1. Start that this week. 10 names is a beginning. Leg 2 is income with more than one source. Here's the rule. If one client, one employer, one contract is more than 40% of your income, that is not a business. That is a single point of failure. Real, steady income means more than one stream. And I'm not talking about the passive income everyone's selling you. It only counts if it's built on something you own. Your product, your platform, your payment, not someone else's. Build it so no single person can end your month. Leg 3 is expertise you own. Write the damn book. This is the leg most women skip, and it's the most permanent one you have. Your knowledge. Your knowledge made into something that lasts. A book, a course, a body of work with your name on it. Self-publishing isn't a vanity project. It's infrastructure. Because a title can be taken, but a book still exists. A department can be restructured, but your course still sells. Platforms change, but the work with your name on it stays yours. Nobody pulls a woman aside and tells her to write the book. So I will. Write the damn book. Leg 4. A name bigger than any title. The day your authority is attached only to a company name or a job title, it lives or dies with that title. Building your own name means that when you walk out of any room, they still know exactly who you are. Not what you did, not where you worked, who you are. 4 legs, a direct line to your people. Income from more than one source. Expertise that's permanent. And a name that's bigger than any title. Yours. That's not a side hustle. That's a table. Now let me tell you what this actually is about, because it was never just money. A woman who owns her own table sits differently. She negotiates differently. She walks into rooms she used to audition for, and she's not performing anymore because she already has somewhere to be. Her own damn table. And it's set. Her candle is lit. When you stop building on rented ground, something shifts inside you long before it ever shows up in your bank account. You stop asking for permission to exist. You stop being the last person in the room you listen to. You stop calling shrinking humility. And yes, not everyone will love the woman you are becoming. Some will call you a lot. Let them. You are not building this to be liked by the room you outgrew. You are building it because you finally trust yourself enough to stop waiting. You were never meant to be small enough to fit at somebody else's table. You were meant to set your own. Every woman was. Your challenge for the next 24 hours, and this one's pen and paper, write down every source of income, every platform, every relationship generating money or influence in your life. Next to each one, write one word: owned or rented. This list is your map. It shows you exactly where you are exposed and exactly where you build first. You don't have to burn anything down today. You just have to stop pretending the ground under you is yours when it isn't. Ladies, you were never meant to choose. Not between your power and your softness. Not between the woman who built all of this and the woman who finally gets to enjoy it. You were meant to be whole. I'm Soriah Nikole, and this is your reminder. Remember who the hell you are. So stand up straight, adjust your crown. Now go build. Comment one word. What's the first leg of your table? I read every single one. This has become her, a hot rich girl summer.
But somewhere along the road, I felt the shift. The days turned happy like an unseen rift. The girl that I was began to fade.